Yes guys, what is happening and welcome back to a brand new video. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk you through what's happening, what we're doing, what we're fitting, and literally make sure you subscribe, like the video, share it to your pals, because this build is going to be a madness. This is going to be a DIY turbo build on a Honda Integra DC5 that's 117,000 miles. So what I'm going to do, show you the car, give you a brief overview, because I've done a couple of videos now where I haven't really explained to the magnitude of what's actually going on. I only recently told my missus a couple of weeks ago, and she's like, why is your car off the road for so long? So yeah, I'm going to show you what we've done so far, and then show you some of the bits we've got, tell you some of the bits we're getting, all that kind of stuff, and hopefully bring you along. And I want to show you what's going on, man. Honestly, like, I'm so excited, but I'm also very scared because I'm just a plant pot, so I'm doing this literally in the road on axle stands. Like, what the hell could go wrong? So yeah, let's walk to the car and let's show you what's going on. So let's go. Right guys, so here we have the Honda Integra DC5. So she's still looking pretty good, Nick, for her age. I think the only problem we have here is she's suffering from a bit of lack appeal. Apparently this is common on the old Honda, so it's doing it there on the bonnet, there on the bonnet. And unfortunately it's doing it like there, it literally, so the bonnet and the roof pretty much needs a respray, but the rest of it is absolutely mint. Needs a cheeky machine polish, bit of dirt, but thankfully we haven't got rust under the wheel arches that you'll pucker. Cable ties on the wheels. So yeah, let's get into it. I can't actually sit down because it's still on axle stands, but yeah, let's show you the heart and show you what's actually going on. Oh man, it's such a mess, it's such a mess. As you can probably tell already, yeah, this is not looking too good right now. There is a lot missing, there's a lot to go on, there's a lot to come off. Like, honestly, it is outrageous. So where do we start? Rocker cover's been took off, inlet manifold's been took off. I took off this water coolant pipe. Apparently I needed just the pipe off it, so I decided to take the thermostat off with it as well, even though I didn't need to. Some of these lines have got to be moved. AC has got to be removed. This towed security alarm has got to be moved, so I've got to move that out of the way. Move this, I think maybe move this out of the way. And then I've got to like run wiring like under the steering rack and that, so obviously with heat and all that kind of stuff, nothing sets on fire. That is the main thing, that nothing sets on fire. So as you can tell, we're batteryless, so battery tray has been took out. I did buy a battery kit, relocation kit, but it was a load of crap, so it wasn't safe to use. But thankfully we have got replacements, so I can show you some of that now. But yeah, inlet's been took off, manifold's been took off, exhaust has been took off. Like, literally everything has been stripped off this car that I can possibly think of right now. Some stuff that I have saw that I would like to do, I would love to remove the fuse box and like throw it under the glove box. That does look nice and clean when it tidies that up. Even this, when they relocate the pump, I believe this is the power steering pump, and some people relocate down there. Even the ABS, some people have even gone to the extreme of relocating the ABS and putting it like under the wheel arch. But yeah, just let us fly. What the hell? Sorry about that, but I was just talking and a fly. I'm not even going to cut the video, I'm going to try and keep it as it was. But I saw this fly in the engine bay, and as I was talking, it literally flew straight into my mouth. And literally I've just been heaving in the sink. So yeah, don't swallow flies. Yeah, so yeah, let's carry on with this, man. So yeah, remember where we was, so let's go. Right then, so things still to do to the car. I've got to make it bare, so there's got to be like literally nothing on it. So I've got to, I believe, the heater matrix pipes, move this out of the way because this is no good. Obviously AC has got to be moved out of the way. I've got to get a new thermostat. I'm going to just replace what I take off. Hopefully I'm going to replace. AC obviously coming out. The radiator has been pretty much disconnected, so that's out. If you're new here, the sump has been took out and drilled, so we have got a new little sump plug on there, so hopefully that's sound. Yeah, so then we've got to relocate the new battery. What I do want to do is the detent springs. Apparently there's, if you undo the engine mount, well, gearbox mount, there's detent springs, so I would like to replace those. Apparently that's a, you know, when it jumps out in second, it jumps out a few times in second. It could be because of the detent springs, otherwise my synchro's gone, and that's just a different story. So yeah, that is pretty much like the engine bay. I might skip to something else and then jump onto this, because I want to kind of like make it flow in sync so you do understand and don't get lost in anywhere. So yeah, so remember the engine bay as it was. So we got interior, not much has really changed, to be honest. I would like to maybe take the head unit out, put it in the glove box, maybe run an iPad or some form of screen, digital kind of dash kind of thing. Steering wheel, it's nice, but I feel like the airbag rattles like mad. Like, it is a rattly old steering wheel, to be honest. Shifter, I love the shifter. Probably could do it a bit higher though. And obviously this is out because I've still got to relocate the battery with the wires and stuff, so that's out at the moment. But yeah, maybe gauges. I'm not too sure if I'm keen on the ones that sit there. Might even get Manny to take the A-pillar out, get some gauges put in there, you never know. So yeah, inside not much has really changed. Let's cut to the boot. Obviously I've been keeping my tools in here and that for the time being, so yeah, battery is sitting here, so obviously there's no power or anything, so here's my battery. Would like an Odyssey or one of them dead weight industry ones, but I'm not going to pay 500 quid for a battery, which I think's extortionate. So battery hopefully is going to be located over here, and then run the wires, and then I'm going to like wooden floor this out, and then put the carpet on top and make it look quite nice, to be honest. Right then, so let's go from the beginning. So I've always remember being on the dual carriageway with my mate. This Honda Civic EP3 come past, and it had a screamer out the wing, for example, so it's coming straight out the wing, and literally I remember saying to my mate as it come past, it was wet, it was spinning, but the noise of it was just like, it's one of them noises that you'll like never forget about, which is really weird. And I always said, if I ever went Honda, not that even the intention was to go Honda next, I don't even know where it came from. So I said, if I ever go Honda, that has got to be something that we look into and do. So anyway, I started going to the gym, as you can tell. I probably can't, little twiggly arms and that, but yeah, started going to the gym, and I had the Megane at the time, and some lad came up to me and, oh, you do videos, don't you? So I started talking to him, and look, he's a really, really good friend and that now, and he's got a Honda FN2, so the red one. If most of you follow me on Instagram and that, you probably saw the red FN2, supercharged, 340, 360 brake, and you know what, I love it, absolutely love it. And I thought, if this is like this, imagine what 360, 450 brake DC5 Honda would be like. So anyway, sold them again. We've got the Honda now. In my head, I thought the supercharge is cool, but I want the boost noises, I want the blow off noises, I want screamers, I just want the noise and that. I don't even care if it's not the fastest thing in the world. Like, I don't care, as long as I drive it and it makes me smile and makes me happy. That is all that matters, do you know what I mean? So his car's got 340 brake, 360 brake, and just how it feels to drive is just like, it just feels so like, it's such a cool car, like, genuinely. Like, if I can achieve that in the Honda, I'm happy. I do know it's going to be a lot more scatty, but that's just another thing. So anyway, so sold them again, used all the money to buy the DC5. So there's me, like, I've got like 50p a pound, I've got like no money. So in my head I was like, I want to turbo it. So obviously you guys have had no content for like ages. Last year was literally a write off for me, and I said 2023, I probably said it last year, but it never happened. But this year, yeah, so all these, literally I went from like summer to Christmas doing as much overtime as I could. Literally just, that overtime was my cash money for the car, for the YouTube, to like build this thing. And obviously after Christmas I was like, you know what, we're doing it. The missus thinks it's not the most stupid idea ever, but I always said, once I've got this opportunity, if I want to do something, we got to do it. So we've been ordering bits. We've got some bits here today. we've got some bits that are being fabricated and made, so hopefully we can tell you what's coming and what's going to be done. So without further ado, I spoke to numerous fabricators because I didn't know the best way to do things. I was like, do I buy this manifold off him? Do I buy this radiator off him? Do I buy this intercooler off them? So I was kind of like, I always knew what I wanted, but I thought, nah, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford that. It's going to be too much money. So I spoke to someone about getting a manifold kit, and then they didn't have an intercooler, so I'd have to buy an intercooler off eBay or Speed Factory or RW Developments. But then if I didn't get RW Developments to get it made, I'd still have to get the boost pipes made. So it was just like I could get bits off him, but then when I wanted to get that fitted, I've got to find someone to do that and someone to do that. So I spoke to numerous people. I try not to waste so much time. I try not to waste my time and their time, because obviously I want to make this as easy as possible, and somewhat where I could just buy pretty much a package or as much of it to fit as possible. Because I did find that I could get a manifold, I could get a turbo, radiator, I could get like a Integra short and rad, but then eBay, I was looking at like a twin pass intercooler, and I was like, I've like dealt with cheap intercoolers in the past, and last thing you want is heat soak, a shit intercooler. You spend all that money on a turbo and manifold, at least I want the best air coming into the car, so that I make sure I'm not like cutting corners anywhere. And I'd like to know that when we do eventually sell the car, if that happens, that the best possible kit or the best thing I think can be done. So there's loads of fabricators out there, honestly, so if you are a fabricator and I message you, honestly, you helped me out so much. I'm sorry I didn't buy from you, but it just worked out a lot easier and more simple to do it this way. So I was battering Dean at RW Developments for months, going, what about this, what about that, can you do that, if I buy this, can you do that? And it was just like, he sells a kit, you can buy the kit, and then he fabricates it. So most bits come with it, and then obviously there's a few little bits that don't. Some bits are like an add-on kind of thing. So I'm going to show you what we've got now, and then I'll go back to the car, and then I'll go, right, this is this, this is that, this is that. So yeah, first things first, okay? So as you can see, the rocker cover has been took off. So we've got rocker cover has been took off. So the same time I took the rocker cover off, the inlet manifold and the sump off. So the sump got done there and then, so we had the sump end welded. So that's sump's been done, so it's a return line, return or feed for the turbo, I'm not too sure which one, so don't shoot me. And then the rocker cover is being painted a new colour, the inlet manifold has been painted a new colour. The rocker cover's having a oil catch can, so we're having a DC5 catch can fabricated for it, because obviously I don't want my oil to get too hot, so I want it to be able to breathe. So that is going to massively help if the DC5 ever goes on track, or when I'm driving it, at least I know oil's cool and it can breathe. So that's the inlet rocker cover sump. Next we ordered Jap OEM parts. I hope this is a good seal kit. So obviously cam covers come off, so we're replacing the cam cover gasket. This has got new metal things, but I don't want obviously metal because I've changed the colour of it. So we're going for like a nice new colour. So I've ordered Sump to look, they're like streamline bolts so that they drop the rocker cover down. So that is like number one kind of thing. Two, RW Development obviously has his kit and little bits that you may or may not need. You can either do it yourself, but he does supply them if you need to. So this is a battery relocation kit. So many of you may have saw the battery relocation kit I bought off eBay, which was a load of crap. So obviously look at the thickness of that, yeah. So like my finger, this is proper thick cable. So this is the correct cable. So you got cable, you got fittings, you've got a lot of positive power. And then he fabricates his own battery tray, so it gives you just enough cable, 5 meters of cable, and there's a big mega fuse in there, I believe. So yeah, that is a battery relocation kit, because obviously I want as much out the way of the engine bay as possible. So oil breather goes in the way of the battery, so the battery's going to get dumped in the boot like I showed you earlier. So that's that, and then things get exciting.
Right then, hopefully you can see me and the light is not doing it. So, turbo, I probably am missing things out. I do not know. I've gone for the best of what I think. So, we've got a speed factory map sensor. I believe it's a 4-bar map sensor. Most of this stuff was off Tegua, so massive shout out to them. So 4-bar map sensor from Speed Factory from Tegua. So we've got that. That is a must-have. Then next, I do believe I might have gone overkill. Some people say you only need a 3-port boost controller, boost solenoid kit. So we've got same again, Tegua, Speed Factory, 4-port boost solenoid kit. So we've got that as well. Next, I'll show you that one after. So we've got a new gated belt, because obviously AC is being removed, so this is a new one. So take the AC out, save some weight, put a fresh belt in. That belt looks like it's probably been on there all its life, so that belt's getting removed and a nice new one. Yeah, with every order you get air freshener. Big shout out to Tegua for that. Next we have Honda 70mm. So obviously with making sure the car can breathe as good as it can. I want no restrictions. So we have got a 70mm Tegua throttle body. So yeah, got this lovely piece of kit here. I'm hoping the light isn't killing us right now. There's only a few more bits to show you at the moment, but yeah. So we got a nice new Tegua throttle body to go on the new coloured inlet manifold. And then whilst we're there, we've got an Acuity, hope this is even picking it up, Acuity TPS sensor, Hall effect TPS upgrade. So apparently the old ones can like vibrate loose, and I just thought while we put in a new inlet throttle body, this gets replaced at the same time, so that's happy days. Jesus. New cutters for the battery relocation kit. We got crimpers for the battery relocation kit. You can never have, you might as well buy it once and then have it for the rest of your life, so we got that as well. Right, so as you saw, 70mm throttle body, TPS sensor, so replace, because apparently vibration when you pull off, this can help affect that. So I'm hoping with my horrible hard race engine mounts that may resolve it. I've got standard engine on the left, well, passengers, driver's side engine mount is stock, the gearbox mount is stock, and then the front and rear engine mount is hard race, and it is solid. People use the Hasport ones. Would anyone recommend getting Hasport ones? I like the fact they're silver and they look nice anyway. I just wonder how bad are they for vibration, because obviously my steering wheel just vibrates its nuts off and it does annoy me. So I've kind of got this Powerflex gearbox mount. I was kind of debating not putting it in. I'm maybe going to send it back to Tegua and probably get the Hasport mounts maybe. So yeah, if anyone's got Hasport mounts, what have you got? Hasport all round? Because I don't believe I don't think they do a front Hasport mount. I believe you use a stock one maybe. I don't know. If someone comment down below, let me know. Massively appreciate it. So yeah, and then last but not least, we've got 1000cc grams injectors. So yeah, we are getting there. Lovely grams injectors in there, like so. So yeah, we've got a fair bit of stuff there, kids. Right then. Now it's time to go to the car and show you what's going to be done and what we're going to do and what we're going to be replacing it with, so let's go. Right then, so front of the engine, it's only right to say obviously AC rad is going to be gone. So RW Developments are obviously the guys that are doing the kit. Man, I can't thank them enough for this kit. It's going to be amazing. So we're going for an RW radiator, accompanied by an RW intercooler. These intercoolers look the absolute dog's danglies. Like honestly, the way the boost pipes run and the fact that it's not the twin pass system that gets the hot air and the cold air mixed into one, and so I just wanted the absolute best. Realistically, if you know RW and you know his work, you're gonna know it's literally the absolute best. So
Intercooler radiator, obviously same as that. The intercooler is going to have an oil cooler on it as well, which we're going to run oil cooler lines, which are going to go onto like a thermostatic oil plate, I believe, which obviously open up at a certain degree. And then obviously with the battery relocation kit, here the oil cooler is the oil breather is going to sit here, I believe, with obviously new head. So I believe it's going to have a fit in here for AM line, run all the way to here into the breather, same as this one, chopped off AM line breather. Inlet is changed colour, and we're going to have a drilled out for a blow off and I think a fuel return system if we do go down that route. So obviously this is the mad bit. So we're going to have a sidewinder manifold. So the manifold's going to come along here, which obviously you've got to relocate everything. So manifold probably sit here. And we're going for a precision turbo. I'll try and post a picture of it here somewhere. I can't remember the name, 58 or something like that. I know it's rated for 500 brake, so we probably won't even go that high because obviously it'll kill the engine. So yeah, rated up to 500 brake, that'll do me. It's got anti-surge on it because originally I didn't want to run a blow-off valve, but it looks like with the anti-surge I'm not going to get the noises that I wanted. So I think we're going to run a Turbo Smart blow-off valve. Wastegate is going to be a Turbo Smart, maybe 45mm if I'm correct. I'm maybe wrong. So wastegate, I'm not going to tell you where or if I'm even having a screamer. It could come out the bonnet, it could be dropping down, it could be going back into the exhaust. I'll let you use your own imagination and guess where that's going to go. And then we're going to have his own 3-inch system, so we're going to have a down bolt coming off obviously the turbo, and then it is going to run all the way to the back, and we're going to get like an angled slash cut system. Wanted to keep it Jap, we're going to try and like run it across a bit maybe and like angle the back box so it's going to like come down on an angle, and then as it gets here I think we're going to go for like a drop tip, so it's going to like come out and go down a bit. So it'll be something a bit different, but I wanted to keep it, obviously it's a Japanese car and that, so I want to keep it cool. And then I think we've got a few little pipes to move out of the way. All this wiring console's got to go out of the way. And then I believe I've got a cut into somewhere here, so that the radiator and intercooler sits on. But yeah, I think that might be all that's needed for the. Obviously, I'm running a K100 ECU, debating on what we go next. Do we go K Pro? Do we keep the K100? I really don't know what to do. Right, so ignore the writing. Battery location, yep. Someone fitting, yep. Rocker cover, yep. Clutch has been done. Action, competition stage 4 clutch, spark plugs I need to get. Injectors, map sensor, 4-bar boost solenoid, 70mm throttle body, oil cooler, intercooler, manifold, turbo, catback. Debating on K Pro, and then obviously we've got the carburetor gearbox. I think obviously a blow off valve as well has been potentially added to that, and 10W50 oil. But yeah, I think that is it, man. Woo. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Obviously this has been a long time in the making, and I truly believe this is the start of the channel. So before you go anywhere, make sure you definitely drop a like, share, subscribe, all that madness, because this is going to massively help the channel, and I cannot wait to 1, do this, and 2, show you guys what we're doing. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, and yeah, next videos we're going to start putting it together. And yeah, so this is the start of the turbo build. Let's go. So comment down below what you think I should do, if you recommend anything else. Honestly, comment down below. Honestly, it massively helps. So yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.